Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Just 2019 World Indoor Bowls Championships live here at Potter's Leisure Resort. Coming up tonight, a really exciting game on the cards. England versus Scotland. Scottishman Michael Stepney, new into the top 16, versus Gary R. Smith, one of the best players England's ever produced. Final score from this afternoon's game. Defending world champion Mark Dawes versus Graham McKee. Well, it was a tied first set, but Mark Dawes came through the second set 8-3 and takes his place in the second round, where he'll play against the winner of tonight's game. And of course, in tonight's game, we have your match officials. The umpire is Dan Blewett, marker Mike Davis, and shot clock Alan Thornhill. So, hand over now, live greenside to Richard Bear to introduce your players.
Here at Potter's Resort. For this, the final match in the first round, who will fill that last 16th place to go through to that second round? We are about to find out, so let's introduce the players. And first, to a player who's won many bowling achievements to his credit. Among them, he's twice a European Masters champion. Ladies and gentlemen, it's from Time and Weir, your appreciation for Gary Smith. And next to a player who, after some impressive performances last season, has just broken through to the world's top 16. A former finalist in the World Pairs and the Scottish International Open. Will you please welcome Michael Stepney? Commentators for this match is David Corkill and Andy Thompson. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, Richard. It's going to be an interesting game, this. It's one of those matches where Michael Stepney, top 16, he really needs to win this match because top 16 is valuable to him. It keeps him away from the qualifiers. And Gary R. Smith, who's trying to break in. I say Gary R. Smith simply because we know so many Gary Smiths in the game. But he used to be known as Gary R. Smith, but now just Gary. And he's a very, very good player, Gary Smith. England international player for many years. Just not in vogue at the moment with the selectors, but that doesn't make any difference. He's still a quality player.
Certainly is, David. I mean, people are talking about shocks. I mean, it would certainly not be a shock to see Gary Smith winning this game. I mean, it'll be a tough one. Should be a good game. I'm looking forward to this one.
Very easy delivery of Gary Smith. He's been around a long time. One of those players that a lot of people may not know because hasn't had too much time on television, but as an international player, he's well known.
Well, the players are allowed to practice for half an hour, and I must admit, I've been very, very impressed the way Gary Smith's been rolling up. And watching Mike just seemed as though he was struggling a little bit. So
Two green.
That is not always an indication, but that's just to give anybody a... That's just what's been happening in the last half hour. Gary Smith has really been slotting them in well.
He's a fast green player. Played out of Stanley Indoor Bowling Club for a long time. Was one of the fastest carpets to play bowls on. So this rink will suit him in terms of pace. Stepney's been here long enough to put the hours in terms of practice.
3 inches.
Mike needs to stop again.
3 green.
Well, Gary could play the forehand here, cover the red balls at the same time, score another shot.
Yeah, good call. I think he'll want this one still to count, but playing it on the other side. Doesn't want to give Mike a shoulder, a help.
There's no point in putting a target in there, is there, Andy? You can play this on the blind side. He wants this to run past his own.
4 green.
Oh, that's good. Didn't make the red ones, but tell you what, that's a very small target in the first hand.
Yes, exactly. And well, without repeating myself here, that's the way Gary Smith has been rolling up in the last half hour. Big ball for Mike. It's not very nice to drop a 4 on the opening end. It needs to stop.
Let's take him one off.
3 shots, Gary Smith.
Score 0-3 after one end. Jack length 27 metres.
Yes, this is one of those matches when it's a top seed, you look at it and think to yourself, this is not the best draw,
No,
really.
No, it's not. It's not, I'd agree. Gary, very, very capable of beating anybody here. I think his strength is the draw. He'll revert to the draw more often than the running ball.
Yes, whereas Michael's very much an attacking player. He's a back-end player for Scotland and very much used to playing the weight shot. Correction.
Two green.
Short ball coming in.
It's just past, about half an inch.
Spray chalk going in to indicate the toucher. He's better, but he's still arriving.
He needs to stop again.
Yeah, it's good grouping, but they're just 2 feet behind where he wants to be. Again, Gary might be tempted to move onto the forehand.
Rest the red balls, or may just feels that he's got protection on the backhand and draw another. I think he's listening to you, David. Changes to the forehand, rest the red balls, probably count another.
Now if he gets onto the red and drops, it's good, but just making it through the gap.
Yeah, that's not a bad ball. Mike,
It's close, I think it's only 2.
Push through the head, take a chance.
I think this is worth a hit. If he gets it absolutely right, Andy, he could come out with 2 or 3.
Well, if he kills the jack here, he could score 3, as you say. He's got the 3 closest balls to the spot.
Oh, that's wide. No
Could
chance
take
of
his
that
own
coming
out here.
back. That nearly cost him 4. Well, he's maybe got away with just losing the double.
2 in a measure, possibly. Don't know about the third one.
Umpire,
Gary
please.
asking for a measure.
Shots are going to be hard to come by, so take every opportunity there is to put the measure on.
2 green and a measure.
Umpire, Dan Blewett will sort it out.
Red it looks like. Yes, that's way short. Oh, that's one of my measures.
It's one of yours in a big way.
That's about 2 inches in that.
2 shots, Gary Smith.
Gary didn't have his glasses on. It's all right.
Perfect start for Gary Smith.
Set score 0-5 after 2 ends. Track length 25 metres.
Stepney, 5-0 down after 2 ends. Just needs to get his drawing game going. Opportunity here. Gary Smith. A good metre behind the jack. It's more like it.
From Mike, maybe half there now. First close one.
Stepney, very sharp, quick little delivery.
Yes.
Push delivery. More what we expect from him. Smith's delivery very much more traditional. Resting the left arm on the lead knee.
Something wrong with this one.
It's always hard to play that shot on that particular hand. That backhand just doesn't hold.
2 red.
Once you nip it in, I think his line wasn't bad with the first 2, Andy. It was just the weight.
Yes, just that 3-4 feet through. So big chance here for Mike to really get on the board with a good count. Number 3.
Three
He's
red.
not renowned for playing his heavy balls, but chance here possibly to take everything out. Yeah, he's playing the runner, but
No, he hasn't got the weight, surely.
oh, he's not bad. I think he's got this.
Well, that held up further, or a lot longer than what I thought.
He's still 2 down. He's unlucky.
2 red.
He's going to lose another one with the last
Yes.
ball as well. Make it 3.
That was a good strike.
Yep, needed the jack with that weight.
Yeah.
Didn't have a lot of power behind it. That's why I thought it was going to dip away, but of course the jack is off centre.
Yeah.
3 back. Good bowling. 4 very
shots,
good
Michael
balls in
Stepney.
this end from Michael Stepney.
That'll settle him.
Set score 3-5 after 3 ends.
Michael Stepney gets that treble. He's on the card in the 3rd end, 5-3. Certainly didn't want to go any further behind than 5-0. So it was a good reply. 4 very good balls. You can build on that in this end.
Track length 25 metres.
Correction from right here.
Well, he's overcorrected on this one. Sorry, he hasn't corrected at all. I thought actually he was just dropping short of it, but that backhand's a funny hand, Andy. It's
Yes, yes.
you know,
Any weight, it just doesn't come back, does it?
so many straight lines on it, and
It's a bit like this one here. It just doesn't look as if it will get back.
1 red.
Again, carrying just that 4 feet. Well, Gary deciding to let's try the other side, which, well, fair call.
yeah, I can't blame him, to be
Yeah.
honest. You know, it's you have to have perfect. Everything has to be right in the backhand. Well, this one looks like it might be chucking through as well.
Certainly is.
Chance for Michael to pick up a bit of a scrappy 2 in terms of the opposition. It's a good bowley's line, the number 1, but if you can add another without making the target any bigger. He's looking good with this.
Looks like a good back
2 red.
runner now. Jack in the ditch. Would score 2. Quite a wide target, or take the 2 balls out.
Yeah, he didn't want that touch. Missed the touch. He's right in line. It's opened it up.
Yeah, looks like backhand runner.
Clean jack's worth a couple. Wow, this is a hard weight shot.
This is sometimes what Gary does. You think he'll play the runner here, and he tries to draw most things.
Oh, that wasn't the right shot, Andy. No, definitely not. You know, even if you'd have had a go at that and got 1 out.
Yeah, it looked like very tempting.
2 shots, Michael Stepney.
1 ball out, 2 balls out, Jack in the ditch.
It's also about knowledge of the portable rink. You know,
Set score 5-5 after 4 ends.
it's been a 2 back, 5 all.
Track length 24.5 metres.
So after 4 ends, and Michael Stepney was on the wrong side of a 5-0 deficit, brings it back with a 3 and a 2 to score 5-all. 9-end set, of course. 2 9-end sets with a 3-end tiebreak.
One red.
It's a good line. All about the pace here. Looks good.
Well, if it sets up, it's very close.
One green. Last bow.
If it doesn't fall away in the
Yes, I
meantime.
think it is
Hang on,
falling.
it's still over mine.
It looked like it was going
Yes,
to
it
fall.
did. Yeah, that.
One red.
Michael Stepney would have been delighted to have waited a few
Yes.
seconds more. He's now lying the shot.
Gary's line's good again. I think he's just going to be lacking pace. Well, that's another second.
And not only that, Andy, but it's an opportunity to punch onto the other one.
Yes, I agree.
Nice little plant shot available.
Yes, yeah, it looks good. So Mike needs another ball in here.
This is close. Really close with this.
Very good ball.
Doesn't need to drop too much. Well, little nudge. I don't think it's going to make any difference.
Hard to say if it moved it
Two
towards the
red.
green.
No. It's got to be hit, surely.
That looks a good backhand runner here, surely. Yes.
No, he's certainly in the area.
Will he get back?
Ooh, second.
Good try.
Yep, good effort.
One shot, Michael Stepney.
Set score 6-5 after 5 ends. Track length 23.5 metres.
Anything past the front one will be good, even if you match the green. Oh, he's played this well.
It's good.
Number one shot.
Two red.
I think Mike's target here will be the deep green balls. Rest one of these, it's good. Yeah, this is a good ball. Happy with that.
That's a mixer. Slight correction needed.
Yeah, Gary's picked a good line. He just needs to reduce the weight by 2 feet. Still looks up. He hasn't corrected with any
Two
ball.
red.
No, they're in a receiving position. It's good grouping, but 2 feet behind.
It's a difficult one, this for Mike. 3 against him, behind the head, or does he put a closer ball
Sorry.
in here?
1/3 short, Gary. Is it 1/3 short? It's okay. I think
Yeah, 1/3, yes. Sorry.
Just a little bit of a breakdown in communication between the West Country and Elgin. That's all.
Yeah, I think this is a good ball, this from Mike.
Probably a very wise shot to play. You know, if things are dodgy, just go deep.
Yes, I think so. Some players may have taken a gamble there. I mean, knowing Gary, I think he'll try to draw the shot here. But some players might have gambled, so it was worthwhile putting the back ball in.
What I was really saying, Mike, was there you go.
Yes, yes.
Again, Andy, you're right. You know, he's just trying to draw this, and if it's one element of the game with Gary that he just doesn't use the weight shot enough, in my opinion.
Yeah. I agree. Sometimes I've been critical
Two
of
shots,
his play.
Michael Stepney.
He doesn't play the attacking ball enough. Tries to draw himself out of trouble all the time.
Set score 8-5 after 6 ends.
Just bearing in mind that he's actually very good at the weight shot. Been pretty much on target with a couple he's had already in this match. But that 5-shot deficit has disappeared.
Track length 23 metres.
Settling into a steady game now, Mike.
Yes, he's starting to group the balls a lot better.
Yeah, playing a lot better. Gary's just scratching about now, just to put a close ball.
There because it kept it all very straight in front, holding half target. Gary Smith is a very dangerous player, especially when he's on his draw game. But when he gets out drawn, he's going to have to really start to attack things, Andy. You can't keep trying to draw yourself out of trouble.
No, That's the trouble. It's almost like, what's the plan B, Gary? And sometimes, you know, if players are struggling with the draw, then you've got to revert to hitting the targets and stirring the game up a bit. And this is good again from Mike Stepney. A clear run. Well,
I wouldn't waste any time with that.
no temptation here. Quite a good target, a wide target on the backhand. Still sticking to the draw.
Goodness me, he's drawn it in the forehand. That's a toughie.
It's so difficult to draw that on the forehand.
Well, there's almost no chance of getting the shot.
Tough.
You know, it has to be a little punch shot.
I mean, that target's wide on the backhand side. Well, Mike will go for cover again. Anything deep? Covers the spot. That's good enough. Well, Gary's had a look at this. I mean, surely there's temptation here to run this in the backhand.
Well, backhand, forehand, doesn't matter which way he plays it. And he needs to get into those two balls at this stage. The 7th end of a 9-end set is vital to score if you're behind on the card. So the balls are there. The two of them can go out. A bit more weight this time. Looking for the two balls.
Close.
Got one. Yep. Good effort.
Yeah, good try.
Well, if you played that with his
One shot, Michael
previous
Stepney.
ball,
Say the next year last isn't always the best result. But it's Mike Stepney who's taken control of the game after a poor start.
Set score 9-5 after 7 ends. Track length 23.5 metres.
all the matches this week will be available, or are available online. And of course we have the red button in operation, and BBC Two transmissions are there every day in the afternoon. So if you're getting a little bit bored and you've nothing to do and local level, just put it on. Did I say?
Bored? Oh, listening to you?
Honestly. Oh.
That's a dream evening for some people, listening to you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So many people now that watch things online. Very popular medium. And once again, Michael Stepney is getting to the jack first.
Two red.
And once again, that deserves to be hit.
Yeah, I think Gary is contemplating the runner.
He needs to start to attack more.
Yeah.
This set's really running away from him.
Still the draw. Not bad. Will you get back?
Needs a little bit of help off his own ball. Well, it's pretty close.
I think it's definitely one. I think it could be two.
Could still be two red.
Last ball is 2.5 inches past.
That's a good call from Mike.
Well, just checking his weight here. He's certainly looking like he's going through the head. And that's good. That's sensible. Yep, he's just getting past. That's a very good ball by Michael Stepney. I think if Gary has to go for the two balls this time. Must do. Oh man, he's trying to draw it.
He's trying to trail the jack on the forehand. I guess That shot is on, but it's difficult. Yep, that's a shot.
On number one. But one's not enough, Andy.
No, it needs at least a double. Well, he's got the shot.
Good ball by drawing the shot, but if he wants multiples, it's going to be tough.
No, Mike's sticking to his favoured backhand. His line is good. This is very close.
Yeah, he needs to pass his own.
Oh, he's unlucky.
He just rocked it.
Well, Gary, move that jack 4 or 5 inches. I know it's difficult, but he could score a 3 or a 4 here.
Well, it's a clear draw now. Prior to that, it was take the 2 front balls out.
Yes.
But it's, you can't take them all out now, so it's a clear draw. Touching the jack, as you say, Andy, 4 shots. And this is more like his type of shot.
Yes. Yeah, just trying to move the jack about 4 inches. Is he high enough? Looks to be under.
Just didn't push through it. More to do with weight than anything.
Yeah,
One shot, Gary Smith.
Just the one. I'll keep some in the set, does Gary. 3 down, playing the last end.
Set score 9-6 after 8 ends.
The 8 ends played. 9-6 in favour of Michael Stepney, the man from Elgin. Gary Smith. Who's in Tyne
Jack
Weir.
length 27 metres.
It's going to be a tough call to get a 4 here. Most you could possibly hope for is to get a 3.
Stretch the jack about 27 metres. So a bit longer.
After the first couple of ends, Michael Stepney's been very consistent.
He's played well. I was slightly concerned after the opening 2 ends that Mike was going to be struggling tonight, but he's certainly been the dominant player, the better player really, apart from the first couple of ends. He's played well. Well, the last ball of Gary makes it harder to score a 3 now.
Well, must be up with this one.
Past the jack, is it?
Shot ball.
Past, is it?
It's 2.5 inches past. And the gap is 3 inches.
What's my front one?
Your last ball?
My front one?
Your front ball is 14 inches.
Well, it's an arriving draw, isn't it, Andy, to try and
Yes.
punch the ball. There's no point in just arriving and dropping in for shot. He needs to punch it through 14 inches.
Yes, difficult shot, but at least to give himself a chance, this ball has got to be in the area. Not bad.
Needs to dip. Well, still a possibility.
1 red.
Depends if Mike can close it down.
Yes, this would close the head down if Mike puts another one in.
No.
This looks a good line. Looks a good ball. Well, talk about closing it down. I think that's just about closed it down.
2 red.
Well, that's finished it. In terms of 3 shots, he has to play through that last ball, hope to get it on the inside and roll onto the other red one. And that's getting into the realms of snooker, not bowls.
Yeah, looks difficult. You almost feel as though one of the green balls will disappear here. Looks difficult.
Timeout
But he's
called.
got to attack it.
Gary has 4 timeouts remaining.
Taking a timeout. Trying to compose himself.
Yes, he hasn't used one. He's trying to work out what the angles are. There's nothing on in the forehand. Not at what he has to hit.
Difficult. He's got to get one ball into the other, and hopefully they both disappear and his own ball stays. This is difficult.
Well, he's playing the right shot.
Looks to be under.
Needs to be very fortunate to get something out of it. Yep. One to
One
red.
shot, first step, Michael Stepney.
Yeah, good try. Close for the shot ball, but it was always going to be a difficult task. Mike Stepney, a deserved winner of the opening set.
That's right, now you did.
Michael Stepney, number 16 seed, looking very good in this first round match against Gary Smith, the qualifier from England. 10 shots to 6, a pretty fair reflection I think on the set, although I do believe that Gary Smith will have to be a lot more attacking in this particular set to do any damage.
Yeah, I think so, David. Can't rely on the draw all the time. Mike started to play well and was asking to be some of the targets to be hit.
One of the very best exponents on the portable rink usually go early, second or third bowl. Try very hard not to leave it to their last.
Exactly, yes. I know that I'll keep going on about Gary's strength of the draw, but sometimes you've got to change tactics. Something wrong with this one. He's missed a line.
Yep. It'll hold up for a long time. I don't think he pushed through it. Probably would have managed to get away with that with an extra yard or two.
He was holding a line, but pace was the problem.
Very hard to draw his way out of trouble here. Yeah, he's going slightly inside.
If he's got any weight, he won't get back.
Yeah. That's a hard shot to play, Andy. It's a low percentage shot, that yard on, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very, very difficult.
3 red.
He just holds a line all the way.
Michael might be playing this now on the forehand to try and get cover.
I'd agree. He's got to go deep again.
Swapped over both these players, very traditional type of players. They read the game in a fairly straightforward way.
Good ball. Gary sticking to the draw.
Certainly looks better.
Needs to run.
No, he was on a very good line, but just didn't push it. Well,
certainly 2. I don't know if it's 3.
3 shots, Michael Stepney.
It's just too negative, Andy.
Yes.
Score 3-0 after
I've
one
watched
end.
Gary quite a number of times, and as I've said, he just relies on the draw.
Track length 24 metres.
Julie Forrest is just arriving to see her Scottish friend, Michael Stepney. Not even going to mention the others that are up there, Andy.
4 English players all watching.
Wasn't for that reason, it was just couldn't get their names in time. Oh, there's Les Gillett telling Scott Edwards what his investments have just done. Bearing in mind that he's a poker player, a bowls playing poker player, Scott Edwards. And Leslie, well, maybe he's the man to invest his winnings, but I don't think so.
It was very impressive, was Les Gillett in his opening game.
Yeah, good player.
Yeah, he's playing well, as Les. Plays Paul Foster, I believe, tomorrow. That could be a really good game.
That's a tester.
Yes, that should be good.
Mark Royal on the left and Wayne Wilgers on the right. He's still here. You can see by a little bit of paint on his arm there that he's a painter-decorator by trade.
Yes. I'm sure he said to me he was going back to work today. Oh, good try from Mike.
1 green.
Oh, it's a good second shot. It's more like Gary now to getting into the jack to win that battle of the first couple of bowls in particular. There's 3 bowls up there, but he needs to start winning those battles. As that mini battle at the start of an end. Trying hard with this one.
It's close. Oh, it's very good.
That's more like it. Much more like it, because you want to be forcing your opponent into playing the hard shots in the portable rink.
Awkward for Mike here. No, this is Gary's 3rd bowl. Rest the red. Moves onto the jack. Lies 2. Now he's asked the question of Mike. What's he going to play in? Again, there's not a great target here.
Well, it's not, but you know, if he plays in heavy to it, he's going to open it right out, and that's going to leave Gary Smith a very easy shot.
Yeah, it might just be the backhand draw. That's what he's playing.
Tough shot. Like all these hands, any extra weight, you really do struggle. There, that's just holding off. It'll mix centre rink eventually, and pass centre actually, but his line was good. He was just 3 or 4 feet too heavy.
The temptation, once you're 2 shots down, you're always going to try to, right, I must make sure that I'm there, and the chances are the ball's not going to come back, so difficult shot. Well, a chance for Gary to get back on level terms here. Not an easy draw.
Two shots, Gary Smith.
Better end for Gary Smith. Last time he scored a 2 was the second end of the first set.
Set score 3-2 after 2 ends.
To do with a change of length here.
Yes, well, Mike has been favouring the shorter length. Gary slightly longer, 3/4 too long. He's brought the mat up slightly, but this certainly looks like about 27, I would think. 27, 28.
Jack length 27.5 metres.
It's not bad for you, Matt. 27, 28, and it was 27.5.
Was it really?
There you go. I knew you were listening.
Well, the mat was up about 2.5 metres, so it's quite good. It's quite easy to judge now. So 29 less 2.
Don't give away all our secrets, Andy.
Make them think that we're good. That's good, Bo.
Trying to encourage that one forward.
Needs to hold up. He'll swing away here at the death.
He certainly has the line cracked. No doubt about it. This length, it's all about weight here.
Still running.
Free line, everything in a row.
You picked a line with all 3 balls, Gary, but
Favourite
just
2
overly
green.
adjusted with the second and third balls. Still just a draw here for Mike. Might be 2 down. Oh, he's going. Well, in the area. Oh, good strike.
Jack was always good, coming over to his red ball. Staying within the confines of the rink, though.
This is very difficult. I think he's going to have to play across the head here. He's got to play the backhand.
Well, he can get the shot with the forehand, but it's going to be a distance away.
The only way to get really close to this Jack, it's got to be the backhand across. So, new territory. Well, it's not very high.
No, danger is actually going off the edge of the rink with this one.
Yeah, I think he's okay.
Yep, played it well. Played it very well.
1 green.
Beatable, but be interesting to see what Mike does. He can draw it, or he can take the ball out because he has got second shot and he's got a ball in the ditch. Jack in the ditch is worth a couple.
Yes, he might gamble.
Definitely
as you
one. I'm
say,
not sure
ball,
about the
Jack.
the other one.
Nah, there's 2 feet, so. Well, he's playing the forehand. He must be going for the ball or the Jack.
He reckons that was just too close. It's still making its way out. Yep.
Close. Oh.
It was just on the high side.
Worth a gamble. Jack was 2. Ball was the 1.
1 shot, Gary Smith.
Yes, it wasn't going to hurt if he missed it.
Yeah.
Set score 3-3 after 3 ends. Jack length 27.5 metres.
Good start again. Finding the range at this 3/4 length.
3 inches short.
Last couple of ends, Gary Smith has actually forced Michael Stepney into playing weight shots, and that will affect his draw with the first bowl or two, the next end.
Oh, he doesn't want to spread this. Oh dear.
He's framed it.
Certainly has.
Framed the jack.
Don't think he'll be shot.
Nope. This is right up Michael Stepney Street, this one.
Yeah, contrasting styles here. Has he got the gap? Oh, it looked like the gap all the way.
We're sort of calling that about 5 yards away.
I just thought he's got the gap here. Well, he's in the area, so I don't think he'll be changing his shot.
No, choices for Gary to try and disturb it, and if you miss it, you go behind the jack. Try and disturb the side ball, close down the target. Well,
good
Free
ball.
queen.
yep. Even closer than the yard.
Michael will be playing the same ball, running ball, forehand.
Bit less weight this time.
Yes. Slightly under. Oh, that was a bad connection.
That is a nightmare connection, just getting that on the edge. He dropped the weight, Andy, and it just started to hook away.
It just nicked the ball, didn't it? Moves the jack and makes the target harder. Well, Gary, yard through's going to be good here.
He certainly doesn't want to come into the head and make it any bigger.
No, I mean a yard through scores and doesn't broaden the target. Yeah, this is good.
I like to run just a bit further, though. I think I would have wanted to be a bit deeper than that, Andy.
Yeah, no.
That really is not good there.
Well, Mike will hit this again and just hope that something moves. Mike has got one ball on the green, the deepest ball, so this will be a strike.
Moved onto the backhand, and he's close.
It's too high, isn't he?
Took one out.
Oh, he's taking his own ball out.
Dear me. Oh, what a result. Dear, oh dear.
He's got no
4
balls on the
shots, Gary
green.
Smith.
It's 4 to Gary Smith.
That's a shocking result.
Well, he was always on the high-ish side, but this is unlucky. This ball takes his own ball out.
Set score 3-7 after 4 ends.
How did he do that? They were yards apart.
I know.
It's a funny old game.
Certainly is.
Two unfortunate results for Michael Stepney with the third and fourth bowl. Could easily have just lost a double there.
28 metres.
Instead, it's a full house of 4, and now he's 7-3 behind to this man, Gary Smith. Former international for England. Very, very well-respected player.
Gary actually led for me many years ago. Can't recall the year, but he had a few years at leading for me. Such a really top player, top lead.
Finished his career at skip, I think.
Yes, I think he does play back-end balls now. Skips often for his club.
I remember skipping against Gary some years ago in Ireland against England. Been good mates for a long time.
Good bloke.
Good bloke, plays the right way, good, hard, professional.
2 green.
Oh,
1 green.
Yes, a bit unlucky when you hit a ball like that and you fall the wrong way, but it's still very good. It's a really good shoulder for his next one.
Will he bend? No.
Chance for Michael now to arrive at this because the jack's good for him.
As you say, there's a nice catch there, David. Nice rest any of the closest 2 balls. It would guarantee to be lying. It's to stop.
He can make his own and fall in, but again he's dropped
1
out.
green.
Yeah, I think he was just a bit over the weight.
It's a bit heavy.
Chance here for Gary to add another. Yeah, this is the second shot coming in. And a good second shot as well.
2 green.
Well, I think we'll see a running ball here from Mike. Wouldn't be surprised if he plays forehand runner here. Sticking to the draw. It's a good sign from a player, confident he could draw within 6 inches.
Tough shot though. Any weight.
On the high side, he won't get back.
No chance to get back there. You're carrying the weight, you have to be on the inside line.
2 shots, Gary Smith.
Oh, Gary Smith is doing very well. Good run of shots now from losing 3 in the first end.
3-9 after 5 ends.
Go all the way in front to 9-3.
It's a complete turnaround, isn't it? 9-3, certainly looking like tie-break.
Jack length 27.5 metres.
He's certainly been more consistent to the longer jack length.
Yes, he has.
Michael Stepney. Well, I've no doubt guys at Melbourne are watching this, and Andrew Barker, Michael's pairs partner, was also playing in this event, lost out to Darren Burnett 2-0 in a tie-break. Played very well. And some good players up there. Graham Donaldson, another one as well. I'm sure they're sitting there enjoying their orange juice and apple juice respectively.
Yeah. Yeah, a few good players from North Region. Good friend of mine, Alan McKenzie. Good supporter of the Bulls.
Yes, indeed.
Well, Gary, to correct with the third ball.
Alan does a bit of travelling.
Yes, he does. I think he says he's coming down for the finals at the weekend. So
usually does.
Enjoys the weekend down here.
I was saying up there, you know, it's 2.5 hours for them to get the Perth. Never mind. They're well up north. They put a lot of miles on, those guys, to play the sport.
I think Mike actually drove down. He was telling me. I think it took him something in the region of 11 hours. Now that's a long drive.
Yeah.
The shot ball going in.
That's a
1
drop.
green.
Yep. Michael needs to start scoring. Missed the chance.
Yeah, we haven't had many loose ends. This is one of the rare few. Gary, still room to draw another.
That's good. Didn't make centre rink. It's a bit of a target. Hard enough to beat this on the draw.
I think we'll see a forehand runner, I think.
Bowl on the bowl is very, very profitable,
Yes.
Andy. He could pick up a treble.
Yeah, I think it's worth hitting the target here and just hoping you get a good bounce, good result. Looks like a runner, certainly. Will he hold?
Missed the target. That's very close
Two
to
shots,
the
Gary Smith.
set being over.
Yes, 11-3. That's a very good lead with only 3 ends remaining.
Set score 3-11 after 6 ends.
In fact, if Gary scores this end, it'll be tiebreak. Amazing how this has turned around. I mean, Mike
27.5
looked, after the first set, looked the best player, and the start of the second set, picks a 3 up, just looked to be in control.
Oh, Gary Smith, man from Tyne Weir, needed to win this second set. He's now 11-3 up after 6 ends. 3 ends to go for Michael Stepney. 16th seed. Try and win this match. He doesn't have to win the set. He's already won the first one. He'd be happy to draw this set, take the win, move forward into the second round, where the defending champion is sitting waiting for him, Mark Dawes. It's 11 straight shots for Gary Smith after losing a treble in the first end.
It's totally turned around. Well, Gary's line the set as it is, and he almost doesn't need to go near this.
Two green.
Line 2 good shots. That's enough.
That's going to be very handy.
Yeah, that's good. Very good.
3 green. One green.
Still going to be hard enough to get that green ball out.
Yeah, the short green ball, which is about 20 inches short. It's a good protection ball for Gary.
A little bit surprised he's playing this, but as long as he's behind the ball, it's okay.
Yeah, I think that's good enough.
That's fine. He's actually turned his own ball over into a decent position.
This is so difficult for Mike to score a shot here.
Set lie against.
Might be having a look with this one.
Well, the difficulty is, Andy had to reach.
Yes,
One shot, second set to Gary
good try,
Smith.
but it's a tiebreak.
Well, it's hard to get back when you're having to reach, but very fine performance by Gary Smith to get back into this match. 12-3 in the second set.
Michael's won the
Levels
toss
the
and get the
scores.
jack to put Gary in the first end.
And the 3-end tiebreak.
Not actually sure who won the toss of the coin there. Was you listening to that or not? I didn't hear that. Not sure if Gary won and chose the jack or Mike won it and gave it away. I'm not sure.
Jack length 28 metres.
Gary Smith, after a beautiful run, the second end to the 7th in the second set. 12 shots in a row. We'll take the set, 12-3. He's lost the toss to Michael Stepney. Michael decided to let Gary play his own jack. Might not be such a great decision when you see the first one going in. That's always the risk, Andy, isn't it?
It always is. It always is. You give the jack away, and then your opponent puts the opening ball on the top of the jack. And yeah, Gary has started to play well on the longer length. And Mike has just been tending to reach too much.
Yes, it's so tempting to say, well, I want the last ball, but if we think back to the first set when Michael Stepney was in control from the third end all the way through, it was on a shorter jack length.
Yes, he was. You know, that's where there is a case for keeping the jack. Well, he's round the back. That's a useful ball from Gary. Certainly going to need one there eventually.
So, no accumulated shots needed in the tiebreak. You just have to win the end. Doesn't matter how many shots you win it by. Just goes up as one.
Close. Oh, that's it.
He's got the edge. He's
One
put it
green.
into his shoulder. Clear road. He had the jack.
Look at his face there. Mike realises that was very unlucky.
Gary might need to draw this now. Might have to come into the head. But we didn't want to, but I don't think he's got much of a choice. He can't leave that red ball there. Michael Stepney could drop off it. That was a good effort.
Yeah, I think that's quite a good ball. That's third shot. So if he was to take one out, it leaves him another ball in the head. Mike sticking to the draw. Will he get back?
He wanted to rock off the inside of that. Just a little bit over the weight.
Always looked on the high side, didn't it?
The way Michael plays, he will try and flick that ball off.
I think he might do that with his final delivery. The draw looks too difficult now.
Timeout called.
I think
Gary
Gary needs
has 4
another one in
timeouts
there
remaining.
just to stop that. Try and get into that back red ball if he can.
It's always a danger, isn't it? You need another ball in, but you also don't want to make the target bigger, so it's always an awkward position for a player. You can't win almost. Now changing to the forehand side.
Yep, he can play that shot in the forehand, doesn't matter, as long as he gets into it. Looks a bit pacey. Well, he's line one, but Michael Stepney can flick that ball out. He's got 2 seconds.
Even the race spot, Mike might also score, so
Does.
now we'll see.
Yep, does Andy.
I think he's got to strike this. Hand that he fancies. Take the ball out or the respot. Both
Michael has
give
4
Mike the
timeouts
shot.
remaining.
Backhand shot. Because he can get the edge of the jack in the backhand to his own red ball. He can see 2 targets. Forehand, you can only see 1 target.
Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah, in fact, he's got both spots covered, so hits the target here, he'll probably score.
He's calling it the
Oh,
hole.
he's diving. Oh, he caught it, but not enough.
Yes, he always
First
looked on
down,
the
Gary
inside.
It wasn't far away. This was close. Oh. Well, Gary Smith has got the jack again.
Well, it's his choice, Gary Smith's choice, to whether he gives the jack away and takes the last ball or sticks to his own length.
I think that's the right decision here. I really do. He's played this longer length better.
Jack length 28 metres.
Choice.
The qualifier Gary Smith has got the number 16 seed on the rack here. It's his choice in the second end of the tiebreak if he wanted to take the jack or give it away, but he's decided to stay with the jack on his favoured length. He's been much, much better. He's kept Michael Stepney away from scoring for a lot of ends. This is a chance. A bit further away with the first ball than normal.
Better.
Well, we knew this was an interesting game, Andy, and it's turned out that way.
Yes, it's one player, Mike Stepney, dominating in the first set, and then Gary Smith, after a bad start, dominating in the second set.
Oh, he's missed a chance.
Yes, he has. I'd expected one of these two balls, two green balls, to be closer than that. There's still room. I think there's still about 15 inches here to draw the winner. This is the closest ball coming in now.
And it's that little bit at the end, just to tuck it in behind, makes all the difference in the world.
Gap's not so big now. It's only about 7-8 inches.
He's not far away with this one. Needs to bend though. Has to bend.
Oh, he's stuck out.
One red.
Looked good. Looked good. It just didn't want to bend.
I'd love to have made it with that one.
Yes, that was the one to get in.
Do the work with a third ball and then try and secure position with the last. Michael's missed this.
Looks heavy. Well,
Gary will just try and draw it
Yep.
as per normal.
yes, simple as that.
Shouldn't really change a lot, Andy, because he can bounce on off his own.
He was very close with the third. Just a draw, backhand draw.
Looks quick to me.
Yeah, he's too quick. It's too quick. Won't get back to the centre.
Never get back with that.
Second end, Michael Stepney.
Well, final end. Mike is giving the jack to Gary. Same length.
Jack length 27.5 metres.
So one end shootout. Gary Smith, the qualifier, against Michael Stepney, the number 16 seed. And it was Michael Stepney's choice. Well, he wanted to give the jack away, and he has done, because he really wants that last bowl. And the rules change again for the third end of the tiebreak. You can nominate to kill the end and replay it. You're only allowed to kill it once, but you can nominate as often as you wish until you kill it. Two rangefinders.
Yes, a nervy start. That's understandable. It's who puts their bow, I would say, within 6 inches. His favourite here. Gary urging the ball to stop.
He's quick.
Yeah, I'd have to say that
Great, well
probably
done.
none of these balls will count. It's got a bit of work to do.
Certainly has. Ooh, as you say, Andy, it's a bit of a nervy one, isn't it?
Yes.
Last end of the
Agree.
tiebreak.
Yeah, I think you can expect that.
Gary Smith gets a third chance to put something really close.
Well, he's slightly running after the ball, so might favour this one.
Still think he's a bit on the fast side.
Yeah, I think he is.
Oh, that's not close enough.
No, you
Too big.
still don't feel the shot is there, but after 5 balls.
Oh, I think Gary Smith will be drawing with his last ball to save the match.
Time out
You
call.
always feel Mike will do it with this ball.
Michael has 3 timeouts remaining.
Oh, I still think it's the backhand, Mike. Just draw the shot.
Just has to drop a little bit off. He's got balls to rest as well, of course. 2 balls to drop into if he is a little bit heavy. Expect this one to be a lot closer though.
Yeah, I think this is the one that we favour. This is the one that to be the shot. It looks under. Oh, he's not running.
Wow. And that really is a very nervy end from Michael Stepney. We're not really not used to seeing him doing that, Andy.
Yeah, I mean, we did favour he would draw the shot there, but
Well, that's oh dear, to be so short. You know, anything even through the head,
yes, yeah, I know.
catch something.
Well, didn't expect any of these shots to be lying, but with only 1 ball each, there's a possibility it is going to be. Well, Gary taking his time.
Gary has 3 timeouts
Trying
remaining.
to compose himself, trying to get a good shot in here.
As you said earlier, Andy, anything within 6-8 inches might just be enough. Now, what's the weight like? Line's good. What's the weight like? Still running a bit. Still heavy.
Looks the closest.
Well, it's not bad, but very beatable.
Yeah, it's beatable, but Mike's taking his time here. He hasn't drawn a ball within a yard here. I still think it's a backhand draw,
Has to
isn't
be.
it?
Has to be. Surely can't run at this.
Timeout called.
You know,
Michael has 2 timeouts remaining.
it's not so much the fact that there's a gap of a foot. There's a foot all round the jack, so he's got nearly 2 feet to draw this shot. And normally Michael Stepney would just go down and bang it on the jack, but
Yeah, I think so, but
you know, 16th seed, match lie against him. It's different.
the only way he gets a result here is if he catches the nearest green ball and takes the 2 back green balls out. This is
Yep, no guarantees on the respots either. Certainly one's covered by green. You know, if you look at the respots, there's one there,
Timeout called. Michael has 1 timeout remaining.
which means that there's a red ball which could work. One there, and that's the key red ball. Surely he'll just draw this though, you know.
Well, it's still uncertain. I think he's going back up to the head to have a look at this.
No.
Michael has nominated to kill the end with this ball.
It's easier said than done, but to me, it's a backhand draw. But if he plays the ball and gets the result, then that's fair enough. So,
Nominated the strike.
has he? Well, we can't criticise him. That's what he fancies.
Nominated the strike.
Not confident in drawing the shot. He's in the area.
No.
He's got a result. I think Mike Stepney's won the game.
Has he got a result?
Yes, I think he has.
That's not a toucher.
No.
And he's got a red ball. There is a green ball, but it's gone off the rink. It's won the red by the looks of it.
Mike Stepney's won the game. Yes, the players were his. Well played, Mike Stepney.
Oh, what a ball to get out of jail on that one, Andy. It's, you know, it was a bit of a hit and hope, but it worked out fine. On the respot where the jack was going, that we thought was going to be 1 to green, but,
Yes.
you know, Gary Smith just said all the very best. Well done, Med. He's that sort of player.
Yes, well, it was a perfect strike, as you say. We thought the draw was the shot. However, I think you've got to leave it to the player. But he feels more confident playing, fancied the draw, plays it perfectly, gets the shot into the second round.
So 2-1 in the tiebreak. Michael Stepney, the 16th seed, is into the second round. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen, for your company today, and don't forget we're live with you for every bowl played out there on the World Bowls Tour Championships. Coming up tomorrow, you've got Stuart Anderson versus Jamie Chesney at 10 o'clock, then 1 o'clock live for the mixed pairs final, Nick Brett and Helen Carman versus Robert Paxson and Ellen Faulkner. Then at 3 o'clock, Paul Foster MBE versus Les Gillett in the singles, and the final game on tomorrow afternoon, or tomorrow evening rather, 7:30, Scott Edwards versus Robert Paxson. Again, thanks so much for your company today. Please join me live here on the World Bowls Tour streaming at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.